What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Now, a lot of people hit me up on Twitter, in the YouTube comment section, asking, hey Ego, are you going to talk about HBO not picking up Pacquiao versus Jesse Vargas? However, I was actually probably the first person on YouTube that I seen, at least, that made a video about it before everyone's talking about it now. So as you guys can see, I did a video, Ego Rumor Mill, August 11th at 4 in the morning. Manny Pacquiao versus Jesse Vargas, not on HBO pay-per-view network, Ego Rumor Mill. And that's what it is until it comes out. But now we know that is, in fact, 100% the truth. So I did the video, but in case you guys missed it and didn't get to see that video, I want to kind of give my insight as to why I think this happened, things of that sort. Now, when it comes to this particular fight, I think the fight and the public's reaction to the fight speaks for itself. Jesse Vargas is a solid fighter. He's a good fighter and a new champion. However, it's not the type of fight that's going to draw in crazy crowds based on Jesse Vargas and his level of exposure that he's gotten thus far. You know what I mean? Jesse Vargas has been in the game for a while. But if you ask, like, let's say a casual boxing fan, name 3 Jesse Vargas fights that you've watched live. You know what I mean? Some people would probably struggle. I personally report on boxing and I watch it intently. So I've seen a bunch of Jesse Vargas, like when he fought Josecito Lopez. Some people, when I'm saying that, some of you guys probably didn't even know that Jesse Vargas fought Josecito Lopez, because it was before the jawbreak of Victor Ortiz and before Josecito fought Maidana and Canelo and stuff like that. And that's just it. You know what I mean? Some people haven't even seen that. Or the guy that Broner recently fought, Khabib Alikverdiev. They didn't know that Alikverdiev had a very close fight with Jesse Vargas. I thought he beat Jesse Vargas personally, and then they kind of robbed him on the scorecards. So that's my point. So when it comes to Pacquiao, I don't think, this is my personal opinion, I think Pacquiao is still a star, but after this Floyd Mayweather loss, that really took a toll on his star power, because for 5 long years, as boxing fans, as a public, we debated on these two motherfuckers fighting. Who would win? And you can come up with all the conspiracy theories and all the different things about who you think would win. We actually got to see it. Whether you thought it was boring or not, we seen it and we got an outcome. I personally don't believe in the shoulder injury. He was taking selfies. He was throwing with bad intentions. The biggest problem I noticed for Pacquiao in that fight, and I did a video, kind of like a film study without showing the film for copyright reasons, of why Pacquiao lost. The biggest thing that I seen, he's not smart enough to deal with Floyd Mayweather. So he has to rely on his power, speed, and athleticism that works for less athletic guys that are good counterpunchers, like a Juan Manuel Marquez. That's why those fights are already competitive and always competitive. Or guys like Tim Bradley, who's a very, very good fighter, but he doesn't process information as quickly as Floyd Mayweather. Another difference between Bradley and Mayweather is I've noticed, I really study this game, and I noticed Mayweather never really derives from a working game plan. Like, he doesn't go out there, he never fights the crowd. If they boo or if they get restless, he always fights the smart fight. Like, he's beating Canelo and he's clearly beating him. He's not going to do something stupid and get knocked down or get knocked out thus far in his career, right? But we can't say the same for Bradley. Although he's a very good fighter, Bradley does make kind of rogue mistakes. Like where Joel Diaz, I remember this distinctly. I watched the HBO Ruslan Provodnikov Tim Bradley live. I wasn't there, but I watched it on TV live. And Joel Diaz was spraying Bradley down in the corner because he was getting rocked. I think it was the second round. He looked like he was out on his feet and it looked like he was about to get knocked out by Ruslan, right? And Joel's he's slapping him and spraying water or something on him. He's like, Timmy, what the fuck are you doing? You gotta box this fucker. You know what I mean? You can hear the passion in his voice. Where did that come from? Why are you going toe to toe? You're not known for power. You're going toe to toe with a Russian slugger. And that's his only chance to win. He can't outbox you. Ruslan Provodnikov, I like him, but he's not a good boxer, technically, fundamentally. You know what I mean? So he has to lure guys in, overwhelm them, take 6 punches to land 1 destructive punch, and hope he gets you out of there, gets you to the point where you can't continue, or you're debilitated, right? And that's the difference between like Bradley and a guy like Mayweather. Sometimes Bradley fights a weird game plan. I even seen it Bradley versus Jesse Vargas. He was doing great. He was fighting wild as hell. And he was fighting like he was a knockout artist, like he's Golovkin or something. But it was working. Versus Jesse Vargas, it was working for 11 straight rounds. And Jesse Vargas had no answer. All of a sudden, in the 12th round, he switched up and he started trying to get on his toes and box. So for 11 rounds, you're throwing haymakers and like I said, like you're an offensive monster, like you're a knockout artist. You're fighting like that and it's working. So why would you all of a sudden in the 12th slow it up and start trying to box when you were clearly effective the wild way that you were doing, right? And it just so happened subsequently in that 12th round, that's when Jesse Vargas clipped him with that money shot and almost had him out of there. He was definitely hurt. So that's the difference. So when it comes to what I'm saying, when it comes to Pacquiao and Mayweather, and I had to break that down because some of you guys don't know shit about boxing, but when it comes to Mayweather and Pacquiao, Mayweather's just another level in terms of his ring IQ. So to me, the biggest thing Pacquiao struggled with is cutting the distance, closing the distance. He didn't know what to do. I seen him at points, he was launching his attack from 3.5, 4 feet away, and he has short arms. You can't have no T-Rex arms and just try to jump in against a good counter puncher who's sharp, accurate, and has respectable power. It's not wise, especially in that magnitude of a fight. So to me, that loss to Mayweather really hurt Manny Pacquiao's stock because people were riding with him thinking he could do it. And they even did a poll. I wish I had the screenshot, but it was like 73% of the people who voted on Showtime's poll said Pacquiao would win, or HBO's poll, or whoever did the poll. And I was like, wow, really? Everyone just thinks Pacquiao's gonna win, right? I did a video, and it was like a 30-minute video breaking down the fight, and a lot of what I said happened, and the person I said was gonna win won, which is Floyd Mayweather. And no, I'm not watching no fucking fight in slow motion and doing all this extra shit. Oh, if you drink a pina colada and then let your girl give you a tug job while you're watching it in slow mo. No, I'm not doing all that. I'm not doing it. You look at it in boxing, the judges aren't watching the whole fight in slow motion, and they're able and capable of judging a fight. I went my whole life watching boxing and not watching it in slow motion, right? We didn't have all the technology like your VHS tapes and stuff like that. So why would I all of a sudden have to watch a fight in slow motion to really see who won? That's retarded to me. You know what I mean? And again, that's a benefit that the judges that are ringside, they don't have that. They're not watching the whole fight in slow motion. They're watching it in real time. And if they're capable of judging a fight, now sometimes they get it wrong and they make bad decisions, but for the most part, there are good decisions too. You know what I mean? And no one's watching it in slow motion like you guys are suggesting. So I think the loss to Mayweather is clearly one of the reasons Pacquiao's star power has suffered.